Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Congratulations to all the newly elected and re-elected. My name is Bert Benedict. I'm born and raised in Knoxville, Tennessee. And all my adult life I've been involved in manufacturing. Now, I was told by some of the people that are on the board now for the Sheriff's Department, and also talking to the sheriff, that they try to get a well-rounded group of people to serve on these committees and bring a various type of background to that. So my background has been in manufacturing. I've worked in the plastics industry most of my life, and here in the Knoxville area and across the state of Tennessee. At one time, I owned the largest plastic recycling company in East Tennessee, and my customers were people like Denso, and the city of Morristown was one of my accounts. I dealt with the city of Morristown, the Anchor Brush in Morristown, and American Fence in Mossheim. And so my point is over the years, I've had a lot of experience with a lot of different types of people, everybody from city managers and politicians down to people that don't even have never been to school, immigrants, and that sort of thing. So, and then unfortunately, when NAFTA came along, a lot of businesses like mine and a lot of the plastics businesses went overseas, so I had to do something different. So I went and got my real estate license, and I've been working in real estate here in the Knoxville area. And when our current sheriff was first elected, not this last time, but I went to him and he said, well, what can I do for you? And I said, well, what I'd like to do is, what can I do for you? And he says, well, do you have anybody that's on the sheriff's department? And I said, well, no, nothing. I said, I just think maybe you need a little help, And so, but that's not saying that he is not an able man at all. He's a good man. But I think this would be a nice opportunity to bring in a little fresh blood into this organization, this committee, and maybe we can be of help in this matter, and maybe down the road, maybe some other things too. Because I think it's a matter of record that our police and our sheriff need a lot of things. And so I do want to thank you for this opportunity to speak, and I'll yield.
Thank you, Mr. Benedict. Commissioners, are there any questions? Oh, Mr. Benedict, will you stay at the podium, please, sir? Commissioner Lee?
Yes, I have a couple of questions. First being, do you have any ties to the sheriff's office?
No, ma'am. I do not have any relatives working for the sheriff's office. Like everybody else that grows up in Knoxville, everybody knows somebody that works for the sheriff or the police. I know people, but I do not at the current time. I have no relationship with anybody at the sheriff's office.
And my second question, do you have any experience in HR, human resources?
In what?
Human resources.
Just as running a company that had 225 people, but I that's just me.
Thank you.
Commissioner Oster?
Thank you, Mr. Benedict. Thank you for coming and standing up there. I've been over there on that side, so I know it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes. So, but I've got a couple of questions. Have you ever campaigned for any candidate for sheriff?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And then how would you approach a grievance that's been brought to the Merit Council that calls into question the operations of the sheriff's office? Meaning, do you feel like that you can be fair and open on that?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
I am not offering to do this job because I'm mad at the sheriff's department or I think there's anything wrong with the sheriff's department. I'm here to help. I have no grievances or anything like that.
Right. And you are familiar, because I know that you said that you've talked to some members of the Merit Council that's sitting on there currently.
Mm-hmm.
So you are aware that the Merit Council was actually started as a protection committee for officers, that it really doesn't have anything to do with the sheriff. It's just for the officers and their protection.
Yes, I understand that.
Okay.
I understand that all across America there are groups of people like this, and they can be of great help to the community because they don't necessarily have a dog in the fight, and they're not being paid. Their salary's not at stake because there's no income associated with this. So I'm hoping that you will get good decisions based on the rules and regulations that are in place.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you again for coming.
Okay.
Commissioner Daly?
Thank you, Madam Chair. To follow up on Commissioner Oster's question, do you have any intentions to run for any elected position?
I'm sorry, sir. Tell me.
Would you have any intentions in the future to run for an elected position?
No.
Will you follow the bylaws and the Merit Council ordinance that was passed by this commission?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion or questions for Mr. Benedict? Thank you, sir.